A little bit of sprinkles into the city of Big Spring this morning. Conditions, though, are still rather chilly, and that's just across West Texas. It is a bit of a cold rain, especially with some of the clouds. It's kind of that dreary start to the morning, so make sure you go ahead and get that coffee warmed up. With some of those showers, there is a little bit of some very light flurries into the mountains. I think those are slowly beginning to dissipate. But with our first storm system just smack dab right over top of us, I am tracking at least more multiple systems ahead that will bring some breezy conditions, especially, I think, heading into Wednesday as well on Friday, in which on Friday that looks to be at least a little bit more of the better way of a cool front. Otherwise, again, that system is just smack dab right over top of us, but we are beginning to see a little bit more of that kind of drier air beginning to impede on some of this moisture, and that will help it gradually weaken as we go in throughout pretty much the next several hours. And we can see that, at least taken from the last two, this rainfall is beginning to slowly weaken as it approaches the I-20 corridor, but just a few sprinkles are out there this morning as well into portions of the Contra Valley. But I see a little bit more of the kind of lighter to moderate rainfall in between Odessa and Pecos if you're heading into that direction. Just be mindful. There could be a few slick spots, but not in the way of ice or anything. I think it's just because of the rainfall overall. 40 for both Midland and Odessa. We're talking 21 in Artesia this morning, around 44 out into the Key City. We'll see this rainfall begin to diminish as we start heading it throughout the next several hours, and with that, we'll begin to see more of those clearer skies as we head into the early afternoon. And really, I think it's going to be a fairly nice day, I think, after all the cloud cover moves out. But heading into tomorrow morning, though, that's when we're going to start seeing a cold front that's going to come in. I'll put this in quotations, cold front. I don't think it's going to do a whole lot in terms of temperatures, but we'll notice the breeze as we start off on morning, especially during the morning commute. We'll have that northerly breeze, and with this, we can see those gusts upwards of 30 to 35 miles per hour. They should taper off shortly after sunset, though, but before that, I think we'll be able to see a little bit of an elevated fire weather concern, especially north and east, where rainfall is really going to be staying rather limited. So especially with that low humidity and where we are, some of us are into that drought, that is definitely a concern, and just make sure you limit any outdoor burning heading into Wednesday. Otherwise, I think Thursday we are going to warm up back into some 60s and 70s ahead of another cold front. I think this is going to be the cold front I think we're going to be a bit more excited for. I think we'll actually have a drop in temperatures as it approaches, as we head around into kind of early Friday afternoon into the evening hours, and it will also be a rather breezy passage as well. I'll go from around 67 on Thursday to 57 on Friday, and most of us, even on Wednesday, some of us are going to warm up even as we're going to have that cool front move through the region. Otherwise, as we go throughout the remainder of the day, we're going to see those clouds continue throughout much of the morning, but will begin to dry out as our storm system will meander off into the east, hitting a high around 60 into Midland, 59 off into Odessa, going around 65 into the Key City, and 60 into San Angelo. As we work throughout the next 7 days, we're really only going to cool down into the Key City by a whopping maybe 2 to 3 degrees. We'll be even a little warmer into the Contra Valley, going around 63 in San Angelo. We'll warm up significantly even more heading into Thursday, some of us being a little bit too close to 70 degrees. And keep in mind, our average is those upper 50s and lower 60s. We'll see another cold front, though, that will actually drop temperatures as we head into Friday, and we'll get into the 50s and 60s. Overnight lows still going to be rather chilly for the next several days into the 30s and 40s, rebounding back into the middle 60s by Sunday.